Yeah! Skill of the day! Hey, if you ever doubted the power of pentatonics, most of that solo, most of it, not all, there's a little bit of stuff in there that was chromatic, but and a little bit that was major scale, but most of that was coming straight off the pentatonic scale form. So, learn these babies, they're powerful. So I'm going to kick over to a clean tone here. Show you my guitar of the day. This is my first ever American-made Strat that I bought. This is, I think it's a 2008 or maybe a 2007. Right in that range, something like that. It's an American standard Strat. It has a humbucker single coil. They call it an HSS. And a couple upgrades. I did upgrade to locking tuners like you would find on an American Deluxe. I did upgrade to strap locks, which you would find on an American Deluxe. The next model, production model up. And I replaced the 2-point bridge of the American Standard bridge with an American Deluxe bridge, which gets you better saddles, in my opinion, better machined saddles, and a pop-in tremolo arm that you don't have to screw around screwing in and out. But also, I just think this trem mechanism with the pop-in arm, to me, seems more firm when you're trying to get that warble. It just is a better connection with the bridge to me. Okay, so pentatonic scales we've been talking about the last few lessons, and so just real quick, I'm going to put up the slide one more time. Pentatonic scale is a 5-note scale. It uses the scale degrees from the major scale, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. You knock out the 4th scale degree and the 7th scale degree. So on a C major scale, the 4th scale degree is C, D, E, F. It's F. Okay? And then the 7th is G, A, B. 7. Okay, and then you're back to C. Okay, so you're left with C, D, E, G, A. And then back to C. C, D, E, G, A. All right, and then let's take a look. So we're going to be doing pattern 3. We did pattern 5 up here where we put our pinky finger on the C and went. And then we did pattern 4, which was back here. There's your C root. We did that yesterday, and now we're going to shift back even further to pattern 3, which is the C chord pattern, as far as how the roots lay out, right? Which should look really familiar because we did our open C major scale down here and played C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Around that, right? And then we went back and did the major scale pattern that went E, F, G, A, B, C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, C, D, E, F, G, right? So we had okay? As our C major scale pattern, pattern 3 with roots in the C position. So then, what do we do with that? Well, of course, here's the notes, and then we knock out the 4ths and the 7ths, which are the Fs and the Bs. All right, so now we're left with a pentatonic form, okay, a pentatonic scale that looks like this, and so now here it is, and I'm showing this just at the 1st and 3rd fret, but it's also with roots at the 13th and 15th fret. Okay, so you have a whole bunch of notes going in a straight line there that are open notes when you play it down here. And when you play it up at the 12th fret, they'd be played with your index finger. Okay, so let's play the pattern open first. The fingering is going to be different, so you're going to want to practice it both ways because you want to be able to move this around the neck and play it anywhere in any key, right? But for C, you need to know where it is. So, all right, so just in the open position down here, you're going to play it as open E, G, open A, C, open D, E, open G, A, C, D, open E, G. All right? And you can see where the roots are, and I indicated where the nut is. The nut is this thing that the strings go through at the end of your neck by the headstock. The end of your fretboard at the headstock, that's the nut. So, right, so you can see the roots are at the 1st fret and the 5th fret in that pattern 3, like we've talked about. Okay, and of course now let's try it up at the 12th fret. Okay, so now you have roots at the 13th and the 15th. But so down here you were fingering this and playing it with just these 3 fingers. But when you move up to the 12th fret, you're going to use all 4. Okay, so you're going to go 12th fret E, G at the 15th with your pinky, 12th fret A, C with your pinky, 12th fret D, E with your ring finger, 12th fret G, A with your ring finger, C at the 13th fret, which, by the way, that note is the fly in the ointment, even though it's the root, and I'll explain why in a second. So C, D with your pinky, E with your index finger, G with your pinky. Okay, so why did I say that note was the fly in the ointment? Because I call this pattern the, oh, by the way, this, let me come back to that. Let me show you the form with the major and minor roots, right? So just like down here when we did our open scale, we went C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And we said, oh yeah, we have an A minor open scale too that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. All right, well, those say, and it had roots, A, that we were playing between the open A string and the A at the 2nd fret. So just like that up here, you have an A at the 12th fret. You have an A that we played on the 14th fret, right? So those are the minor roots in that pattern, and the C's are here. Okay, so you got relative minor and major roots in this pattern, just like all the other pentatonics. They're 2 for 1. So then, so why did I say, let me go back to that concept when I said, oh, that C note is kind of the fly in the ointment. Well, it's because I call this the almost pattern. I don't think anybody else calls it that. I call this the almost pattern because it's almost perfectly symmetrical. It's a beautiful pattern that would be so nice if it went 1 4 1 4 1 3 1 3, and you'd want it to go 1 4 1 4. Only it doesn't. It goes 2 4 1 4. So it's almost this nice symmetrical pattern, except you got this weird thing going from the C to D on the 2nd string, right? And so, yeah, damn! Like Doc in Back to the Future. Damn! 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 That damn 2nd string root note blows the symmetry on this. Otherwise, it would be really nice and symmetrical, like the pattern we looked at yesterday was. All right, so anyway, but, hey, the universe tends towards chaos. We should call it the entropy pattern. Okay, so but just like yesterday, the patterns the pattern that's next to it. So pattern 4 was up here. Well, that overlaps with the pattern that's with pattern 3, and it shares notes. See, that was that damn C note that I missed. It just messes up. You get your fingers moving. you're in this nice groove, open finger, open finger, open finger, and all of a sudden you got to put your index finger down and play two notes. It just messes up, you know, especially when you're a beginner learning it. So anyway, those notes overlap at the second and third fret, right here. Those notes are all in common between the two patterns, okay? Because they overlap and they share this root, and they share all 6 of those notes, okay? So these patterns, these pentatonic patterns, they hook together, right? The scale exists all over the note. These patterns are just cutouts of the whole scale form. They're just pieces of it in a position, right, pulled out to make it easy to go, okay, let's see this scale when I'm playing in this position. Let's see it when I'm in this position. Let's see it up here. Let's see it up here. Let's see it up here. Okay, so that you can move up and down through that scale pattern. Your goal ultimately is to look down at your fretboard and just see that all 5 of those patterns laid right out for you, where you're seeing the whole scale up and down the neck. Even the repeating patterns, right? Because this pattern appears up here. And this pattern appears up here. And I did not see it in the correct spot there initially, okay? But I would if I looked down at this normally. I just grabbed it. So your goal is to see these patterns laid out up and down the neck. Okay, there's still a couple we haven't covered that we'll be doing the next couple days too. So, all right, so we have our pattern and we want to just practice it in both positions now, okay? So let's do some practice. 1, 2, ready, go. E, G, A, C, D, E, G, A, C, D, E, G, G, E, D, C, A, G, E, D, C, A, G, E. Okay? And it's worth doing that a couple of times. You know, maybe back up the video and play it a couple more times at that speed. Say the notes out loud, okay, at these slower speeds especially. You know, there's no real point in trying to say it really fast, you know, at the higher speeds. That's not helping you really learn the notes on your fretboard. But playing it slowly and saying the notes, even if you have to slow it way down to do it, you know, to 60 or even slower than that. As long as it's just enough that you can feel the beat, okay? And then say the notes and look at your fretboard and look at your fingers. It'll help you learn the neck. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to subdivide the beat like we always do. And so what are we going to play next? We're going to play 8th notes. So 1 and 2 and ready, go. Again. Okay, so we've done 8th notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, counted like that. Let's subdivide the beat to triplets. So 3 beats, 3 notes per beat. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, okay? So here we go. We're just going to play up and down the pattern, okay? We're not worrying about the roots right at the moment. So triple it, here we go. 1, 2, 3. How'd you do? Did you get it? If you didn't get it, you have some options. You can back up the video and try again. You can stop the video, slow down the metronome of your own, and do it at a slower tempo, but get that triplet feel going. Okay. Part of the reason you want to subdivide these and practice it is it's also helping your right hand learn to pick these. And when you go to the triplets, it kind of gets a little weird with up, down, right? So you want to make sure you're playing these clean, though, as you go through. If you're getting hung up on the C note, when you get to that note, then slow the tempo down a little and go back and run some patterns on your own until you get this programmed into your brain a little bit better, and then come back and keep going with me. All right, so now let's try this with 16th notes. When you go to 16th notes, it's 4 notes per click, okay? And we count it 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E, okay? So 1E and a 2E and a, here we go, pentatonic. Okay, how'd you do? So let's go up to 100 beats a minute, and we're going to do some eighth notes. Well, this time let's go up to the 12th fret and use all 4 fingers. All right, see if you can do that without building up to it. All right, so now it's a different finger program. So if you can't, well, slow it down or just come back and do it with quarter notes. Let's do quarter notes first. So 1, 2, ready, go. Just so you get this under your fingers. One more time. Okay, now let's subdivide that to eighth notes. 1 and 2 and ready, go. And okay, so now let's slow it down a little bit. Let's go to 84. Now, can you play triplets at 84? Triplet, 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 triplet. Okay? 1 and a 2 and a, here we go, pentatonic. Okay? What the heck? Let's see if you can get to 16ths. Alright, so now it's 1E and a 2E and a ready and a go. Right? Like that. 1E and a 2E and a ready and a go. And that might be fast for you if you're a beginner. But you got to get to where you can peel these off. So that's why I nudged it up a little bit on this one. Get your fingers moving a little bit. All right, so you need to kind of work this pattern both open and up here. Okay? All right, so anyway, that's the scale of the day today, the C and A minor pentatonic scale, pattern 3. C roots, major roots, at the 2nd and 5th string, 2 frets apart. Okay? Where would it be if this was in the key of D? It would be at the Ds. Where would it be in the key of E? It would be at the E's. Where would it be in the key of F? It would be at the F's. For the G's, G's would be at the G's. In the key of A major, would be positioned like that, okay? Just keep in mind. So you can take these and practice them moving around the neck too. But for now, I really want you to actually learn them and associate them with a scale. Not just learn the pattern, but learn where that pattern falls for C and A minor, okay? And as we keep going with this, we're going to start working in other keys. But by going through all these in the key of C with no sharps and flats and really getting that scale counting down in your head, that's going to help you when we move to the next ones. Okay? So there it is, today's scale of the day. Enjoy.